Accountability seems like it's at an all-time low, with politicians and powerful figures refusing to apologise for their mistakes. For more on this, please welcome Rachel Parris.
Thank you, Nish. Yes, this week's piece is all about people in the public eye excusing themselves in increasingly ridiculous ways. So, Nish, what's your excuse?
For what?
Just, how do you explain your behaviour? How do you sleep at night?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's a very good one, isn't it? I might use that myself, yeah. Now, we all make mistakes, but it's how you deal with them that's the important thing. Some people hold their hands up and admit they were in the wrong. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that those individuals are absolute basic bitches. And some public figures come up with excuses so ludicrous now that it's almost as if they're designed to sow mistrust among the public. But why should public figures be the only ones to have all the fun? Why can't the man on the street, and woman, Nish, be able to give an absolutely banging excuse? So here is my guide, how to make an excuse and get away with it. First up, the missed the point excuse. Now, in August this year, former Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab explained that he couldn't possibly have been paddleboarding on holiday while the Taliban took Kabul because, and I quote, the sea was closed. It's brilliant. But it also suggests he doesn't quite understand what he's being criticised for. It's about your failure to respond to an international crisis, Dominic, not whether you were wet at the time. The British people aren't famously anti-paddleboarding, unless you count Priti Patel, and she only hates it because it's another method of crossing the channel. But you have to feel sorry for the man, don't you? Imagine Dominic Raab on his holiday in his wetsuit and flip-flops, awkwardly heading down to the beach, and what was he faced with? A sea that was closed. He would have had to have trot back up to the hotel, Mrs. Raab, saying, "You're back early, love, is everything OK?" And he'd sadly shake his head before turning around so she could help him unzip his wetsuit. All that, and the Taliban took Kabul. What a rotten Friday. Finally, the daddy of them all, you really must try it, the reality-warping crapstorm excuse. What were you doing, Nish, on the 25th of May 2020?
Just probably being a real cool guy and giving a lady a nice smooch.
I really doubt that. Either way, I know what I was doing. I was watching a man at the top of his game telling the nation that he hadn't in fact broken COVID rules because he drove to Barnard Castle with his family to test his eyesight. Yes! The goat! He is the goat! And let's not forget the setting, the Downing Street Rose Garden, sat behind a trestle table like he was hosting a church fete, grumpily wondering why no one wanted to buy his homemade bullshit. With the reality-warping crapstorm excuses, it's all up for grabs. The world's your completely implausible oyster. You could say anything about anything and you'd pretty much get away with it. Words don't even matter anymore. There are no limits. Why haven't you solved the housing crisis? Oh, because when I was a child, I saw a horse drinking wine from a plant pot. Brilliant. Avant-garde, go for it. Did you lie about Brexit? Well, I'm pretty sure Kylie Minogue shops in Morrison's. I think that answers your question. It's all good fun. But, Nish, why am I saying all this now? Well, if the public have lost trust in you, it's hard to make them trust you when it actually matters, with issues such as vaccinations or panic buying. It's like that parable of the boy who cried wolf. There was a boy who ran to the village to cry about a wolf, but people stopped believing him. Anyway, one thing led to another. There were massive queues for petrol and someone ended up getting shivved in an SO4 court.
Whoa. That definitely wasn't a parable, Rach.
You're right, Nish, but in my defence, the sea was closed.
Thank you, Rachel Parris!